Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to the season finale of Season 6 of our hardcore series here. Tonight, everything is in play. The Drivers' Championship, the Constructors' Championship, a chance to get Isaac into third place above Charles Leclerc. Lots and lots of little fights up and down the grid. It's time for us to go to the Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. And as you can see, we are leading Red Bull. We are trailing Red Bull by just 1 point in the Constructors' Championship. It's going to be really, really tight tonight. There is the driver situation. We are 2 points behind Max in the drivers' standings. Isaac is 1 point ahead of Charles Leclerc. Very, very tight. And if we look a little bit further down, you can see that Oscar has a chance to maybe get in front of Lando Norris if he gets an amazing result. It's tight between Mick and Zhou. It's very tight between Zhou, Ocon and Gasly. It's also very tight between Magnussen and Stroll. We look back at the constructors' standings. There is very much fights up and down the grid here. You can see, obviously, we have that fight with Red Bull. McLaren have a fight with Alfa Tauri for third. Mercedes and Haas are separated by just a point in the battle for fifth. Aston lurking a little bit behind, but potentially could leap the pair of them if they get a good enough result tonight. It's all pretty much done and dusted for Williams. They are staying where they are. Ferrari only 4 points clear of Alpine. Can they hang on to 8th place? Can they even pull off a result that will move them above Aston Martin into 7th? So many different fights going to happen in this Grand Prix up and down the grid. It's going to be one of the most dramatic and certainly the tightest season finales we've had so far, I believe. How you doing, Horrific? How you doing, Mr. Water? Victor, good to see you. Let's get prepped for the final round of this year's championship. Let's take a look at our car first of all. We are 4th, 9th and 5th with Isaac. He is running a slightly different spec, I believe, to Ollie, who I'm pretty sure we gave an older suspension to. And they see the difference between the two cars. Negligible. A slight boost in the low speed for Ollie at the expense of a slight drop in top speed. And a slight dip in medium and high speed. But very, very close between the two. You know, almost no real difference at all. So we are rolling back that suspension just to save having to build another one. Only got $1 million in the bank. It's not a massive amount, but hopefully it's will all start to pile up again pretty soon. Do still have some stuff we need to get done before the season ends. See, the helipad has just hung on long enough for us to get the full sponsor bonus for this weekend's race. Let's set some targets for tonight's Grand Prix. So, the quality incentive is 1 in the top 15. We are going to go both into Q3 and both into Q2. The finish position target is 1 in the top 15. That's pretty easy and straightforward. We are going to go for the fastest lap. We cannot set a new new finish position streak, as we do not have more than one race left. We only have the one. So we have the quali streak going, 2 in the top 10 for 4 races. We can complete that tonight, and that will give us a nice little 2.9 mil payout there. And we are ready to head to Abu Dhabi.
draws to a close here with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. A long season has led us around the world over all this year's races to get here. The last chance to settle the season in the final round. Reprofiled in 2021 to improve overtaking, Marina is a high downforce circuit where DRS is highly effective. Racing under floodlights, the track cools during the Grand Prix to help with brake and tyre wear. In the last race, we saw Alfa Romeo pick up a well-deserved victory. Will they be able to use that win to propel themselves forward? What will happen this weekend? Only time will tell.
Evening Dino, evening Mark, evening Anthony. Good to see you guys as well. Right, let's get prepped with the final practice runs. Let's start off by taking a look at what we've got left powertrain wise. We'll go with that engine. We'll go with that ERS. We'll go with that gearbox. I need the book. Let me get the book. 18 laps. A little sneezy for a second then. Right, 18 laps locked in. Let's do the huge, and setup wise, let's go with a 5.5, a 12.5, 2.8, 3.35 and a 1. Will I show you the end of season to see if I get the throw job? Yes, I will, because if we don't qualify, then I'll probably throw it open to a poll as to what we do instead. Let's see. Ollie, our parts. You know what? I think I'm not going to change any parts on Ollie's car. I don't see the point. Let's go with looking at my book of setups. Let's go 4.5, 12.5, 3.7, 3.4, and a 1. There we go. 18 laps. And we are good to go. Evening, Baron. Folks were asking about you last night. We want a nice, quiet practice session. We don't want any drama, any incidents. Just want to get these cars set up. No damage, etc. We are a little low on some parts.
Give me some feedback when you can.
96%, that is a strong start. Just need to make a small tweak to get that car where it needs to be. Not so good though for Isaac. That is a little bit far off. Okay, so let's up the front wing. And leave it at that. All right, much more work needed here. We're going to push that up to a 13. Going to push that to a 1.9. Actually, I do have a 5.5, 12, 1.9, 3.35, and a 1 in the book, but it's not going to be that. Don't think there's enough movement on the traction. There certainly isn't enough on the front wing. Do I have any other 12s? I do. I have a 6, 12, 1.9, 3.25. Again, it's not going to be that. So we'll go to a 13 then. So let's look at what I have in the 13s. And all of my 13s are not there at all. We might have to wing this one. Completely and utterly wing it. Let's have a look. 513. This is supposed to be a 5.5. I don't think it's going to be that, but you never know. A 3.05 and a 0.4. It's not going to be that. All right, we're going to have to get creative on this one. So let's go to a 4.6. Let's make those changes and we'll see if that works. Evening, Adrian. How am I liking practice today? I'm assuming you're talking about Imola. I did watch the highlights on YouTube of FP1 and FP2. The Ferrari's looking good. Red Bull looking a little unsettled. I don't tend to get too excited by practice. FP3 is when we really tend to see whether or not Red Bull have got on top of whatever issues they usually have in the first session or two. So tomorrow may be a different story. We've seen that before where they've looked really uncomfortable on the first day, and then FP3 that all of a sudden they've got it sorted. And then of course the real test is qualifying. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to qualifying. All right, let's get this feedback in from Ollie and Isaac. Just a small tweak to the wing for Ollie. And we've gone the wrong way on that. But hopefully that will paint a slightly clearer picture of the corrections that we do need to make. Now, as far as Isaac goes, we completely winged this one. Book was no real help at all. We have improved, but there is still room to improve. Still work to do to find that extra bit of performance. Do we think K-Mag will get more penalty points this weekend and get a race ban? Well, they are looking at fast-tracking changes to the penalty system to prevent driving like that in the future, which may mean, you know, exponentially bigger penalties for subsequent offences. So, for example, first offence, 10-second penalty, second offence, maybe a drive-through. And those changes may possibly be rushed into this Grand Prix weekend. They will need majority support from the teams. I don't think it will need unanimous support, but I think it will need majority support. But yeah, there may be harsher penalty rules in place for this weekend. You know, I think I'm beating a dead horse on going that way. Let's go back to what we were on. And I went to a 5. Yeah, let's just try that one. All right, so it has painted a clearer picture of where we need to be on the cornering, which is that way. I'll try and push that quite extreme. There we go. We'll try that. Now, with the traction, we've either got it right with a 4.6 or it will be a 3.7, but we should know at the end of the next run. Not sure about the front wing. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, into second practice, we are going to put 28 laps of fuel in the car. And let's send them out. Alright, really hope that we've got the changes sorted. Don't really want to have to go into the third session still trying to find a fair bit of performance here. I get the feeling we might be frustrated a bit by Ollie's car. Isaac's, I think, will actually be easier to get set up. Oh, that's encouraging. Still not quite there, but it's 97 for both cars. All right, that is very encouraging. Well, I say encouraging. It depends what needs to change. If we are going to have a clear picture of whether we just need to move one thing in one direction, or if we're going to have to guess and hope and maybe break other things in the process. Would be nice to have both cars hit 100% tonight for the final Grand Prix, give our drivers the best possible chance as far as their confidence level goes. Max and Ollie is going to be a titanic fight, but I think we should go on top of that one. Ollie has a better powertrain, I believe, overall compared to Max. We will do some investigative journalism again at the end of FP3 and take a look at the state of the rest of the grid. It's going to be tougher for Isaac against Charles Leclerc, potentially, but it depends what condition Leclerc's car is in. Right, okay, so I think that has to be a 4. And I'm just going to go with that. And again, we're very, very close. Going to go down to a 4.5. And then we go back to where I was a second ago. Looking at that braking. Do I need to tweak the braking as well? I'm gonna tweak the braking as well. Easy fix if it doesn't need it. Just to roll that back one. There we go. So, changes are made. 1 session to go. We will have time for a second run if we have made a mistake, but hopefully that is it for both cars now. And Williams are looking pretty quick tonight. Oh, okay. Well, no, wait, nah. Max sort of set that time before going on the hards. I was going to say, he's way up there. Let's have a look. Yeah, he was on soft, but yeah, look at that though. Giovinazzi and Magnussen, both. In my throat there. Both of the Williams in the top 4. All right. Final session, and we'll go with a set of softs. Go with 22 laps of fuel. see if those changes are right. So much to play for up and down the grid tonight. At the top
We've got a
of
yellow
the
flag
of the stream. It's not just us fighting for first and third in the drivers and first in the constructors. There are all sorts of other fights going on up and down the grid as well. McLaren and AlphaTauri in a fight for third. Ferrari could finish this season in 7th. They could finish in 9th. They are 8th at the moment. Depends on how good or bad a race they have as to whether or not they will stay there or move up or down. Lots of individual little fights in the drivers' standings as well. 96. We've gone the wrong way with Ollie, so I'm going to call him in.
Yeah, copy that.
Try and get that fixed. 99 with Isaac. So I did not need to make that little one click of toe. We can fix that, that's fine. Don't need to call him in for that. I really want to get Ollie up to 100%. I did say, didn't I? I'm going to have more trouble with Ollie's car than Isaac's. And that is certainly bearing out in this session. So maybe that is a 5 after all then. Okay, let's try it. There we go. Let's unleash the bear. That's Isaac done. There we go. That's his car at 100%. All eyes now on Ollie. And there we go, perfect. Right, let's call him in. And we are done with practice. So let's see. We have a penalty for Esteban Ocon and for Zane Maloney. Are they for new parts, I wonder? Let's take a look at the rest of the grid. So obviously that is not the state of Isaac's car for the race. He will have some better parts, although they are not amazing parts. They're good enough, I think. I hope, for him to do what he needs to do. Ollie was running his proper spec parts, so you can see looking very good. Let's take a look at the Ferrari. So Russell has a new gearbox and a relatively new ERS that carries over from the previous race. Stroll has a pretty strong looking engine, everything else is okay. Norris is not looking good. Bad engine, bad ERS. Ocon, new gearbox. Maybe that's why he has the penalty. Maybe he's gone over his allocation. Max has a bad gearbox. That's going to hurt him. Excellent news. Leclerc, bad engine. That will make things easier for Isaac. Belajax, new gearbox. Joe has a terrible gearbox. That's really going to hurt him. At 29%, he's really going to be feeling that. Sainz, new engine and a new gearbox. Sonoda Snow's in real trouble. Bad engine, bad gearbox. Magnussen, bad engine. How was he so quick then in the previous session? Giovinazzi, brand new engine. Maloney, bad ERS but a brand new engine. Porsche, new engine. Schumacher is all fine. Piastri, bad engine for Oscar. Bad gearbox for Albon, so don't expect him to be doing very much this weekend. And Gasly, decent car, has a chance to maybe score a few points. That is what the rest of the grid looks like powertrain wise. Both of our drivers are going to be at maximum confidence. So let's head to qualifying for the final time this season.
We're moving on now to the all-important qualifying session.
Drivers are able to defend well during races at Abu Dhabi, preventing rivals from gaining easy positions. Setting a good grid position during qualifying is fundamental as a result. I have to say, compared to their teammate, they're on a completely different level at the moment. No doubt the stronger of the two.
And it's almost time for qualifying. You won't want to miss that.
All right then. Let's put the better parts in the car. And pray we don't have any issues. We are going to go with just the one lap, just to get through this session.
Work on those tires.
Copy.
Maybe a little closer than I would like on track, but say Behrman does have that extra bit of power compared to Isaac. So I want to make sure that Isaac definitely gets the full slipstream. And off we go. Yeah, we are too close. Should have spaced them out a little bit more. Interestingly, the Red Bulls are going for a slipstream as well. We will cut to them in just a second. There we go. So Max tucked up behind Charles Leclerc. They also are perhaps a little bit too close. He gets pulled over for Gasly. Was that Gasly or was that Albon? It was Albon. So not the best start, preparation-wise, for Max there, and now he's going to potentially get caught out in the braking zone. No, he's fine. But he certainly isn't going to get the slipstream. So we'll see what kind of actual out-and-out pace he's got without a tow. Same for Charles as well. Alright, Leclerc out the line. Goes P6. Max goes quickest. So even with that gearbox, he is still very fast. Are we safe? Honestly, not sure. I'm gonna prep them just in case. Not certain. I might need to send Isaac out again. I'm going to leave Ollie in the pits. I want to see what Schumacher does on this lap. He's gone second. Yeah, we need to send Isaac out again, I think. Just to be safe. Mick found an awful lot of time. It's possible that some other drivers will do as well. We're only a couple of tenths safe from getting eliminated. And everybody below us, apart from Sonoda, has a chance to improve. Sonoda in real danger of getting eliminated here. Oh, no, you see, it's even less, like, it's just a tenth and a half. Sonoda has been eliminated. We're down to 12th. No improvement in the first sector. Not surprised by that, but he should improve hopefully in the second and third. Albon's improved up to 12th place. We're now just fractions of a second clear. Another improvement for someone else. Was that Russell? Not sure who that was. It might have been Gasly. We've got a McLaren in the way. That's not good. Up to the line. Did not improve. Still 3 cars out there. Here comes Stroll. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. Stroll improves. We're out. Velozak's got a slipstream on the back of Stroll. God damn. So we have lost all of our qualifying objectives, the guarantees, and more expensively, the streak. And Isaac is going to have to fight his way up from 16th. Ooh. Well, maybe a little higher. Ocon has that penalty. If it's 10 places, that'll drop him down to 18th, potentially, depending on where he finishes. Who else had a penalty? Maloney, who is below us, so that doesn't help us. Oh, what a disaster. Isaac out in Q1. Now Albon's going to get a nice little toe off the back of Ollie.
Work on those brakes. Copy.
Should have sent Ollie out in front of Isaac, giving him the toe. Thought he'd have enough pace on his own to get an improvement. Might have done if it hadn't been for that McLaren, but yeah, them's the risks you take. And in our case, it backfired horribly. So Albon is quicker than us in the first sector. He'll be quicker than us in the middle sector as well. He won't get held up through this chicane like Isaac did. And he will get that mighty toe down these 2 DRS straights. Gasly moves out of the way. We might be quicker in this sector. And we were, but we lost too much time in the other sectors. Need a bad result for Charles Leclerc here. Really need a bad result for Max as well, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. One positive we have is that with Max having a damaged gearbox, it will progressively get worse as the race progresses. So by the end of the race, that gearbox should be really hurting him a bit more than it is right now. Hopefully a fair bit more. As Leclerc moves out of the way. And now it's clear track to the line for Max.
Okay, we're coming now to the pit.
Max is fourth. He is a little bit slower. Jacob says, can't wait for July to get my hands on the new F1 Manager. Yeah, no, me neither. I am really pumped for the new game. Schumacher looking quick again, up to second. Piastri pulls over. Now is Max going to get in the way? No, moves out of the way for Charles. It's only ninth for Leclerc. Right, we should be safe with that time, but we are going to go out for another run and tuck in behind someone. Just to guarantee. We'll go out behind George Russell.
Okay, mate, just try to work as much as you can on tires. As much as you can on tires. Copy.
And Max pops in front of us. He should pull out of the way of us at the end of the lap, I hope. Got Leclerc on an outlap behind us as well. So let's have a look. Giovinazzi is in the pits, could still go out. Same for Belajax. Leclerc is in the drop zone right now and does not have a slipstream off anybody.
Could be a bit of traffic there. Let's off.
So we're on for a bit of a distant tow here. It's close. Piastri almost getting in the way. Did compromise us a little bit into the into turn 5 there. This is where we should come good in this sector. I was worried about that Williams for a second there. We're not up in this sector either, so I don't think we're going to improve. How is Leclerc doing? Leclerc is improving. Porsche goes purple in the first sector. He is tucked up behind Gasly or Albon, one of the two. I'm not sure. He's tucked up behind Albon. So Ollie does not improve. Albon's still on pole position provisionally from that slipstream he got from us. Leclerc has snuck through, but by a very, very fine margin. Magnussen do enough to improve. Stroll does improve. Magnussen can't get through. Come on, somebody. Belajax. Starting a flying lap. It's Giovinazzi. We've got 2 chances for a car to improve and knock out Charles Leclerc. Come on, Gio. Can we be rescued from a poor qualifying situation by Italian Jesus here? Please, 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 please. Ah, not enough. It's all down to Belajax. And I'm not confident about this. I think Leclerc's going to sneak through. He does. Never mind.
So P3. You're gonna be fine. Great job, mate.
Tightest of margins, but he does just make it through. All right, P3. is going to be a terrible time. These tyres are dead. 122.9. That's poor. But it has got us into peak confidence. And we are messing with Ocon. We will have a penalty anyway.
We're right into the box.
And he goes 7th. Mick on pole position right now. New tyres, 1 lap. Pick and choose the moment. Piastri's up there. Very nearly went then. Tucking in behind Russell. Probably should have done. We're going to go out here instead behind Charles Leclerc.
Working on those brakes and tires. Copy.
Alright, so Schumacher is starting a flying lap. Might get pulled over for him. Probably will get pulled over for him. Hopefully we're not going to lose our slipstream as a result. We are perfectly positioned right now. Worst possible scenario here is Mick pulls us out of the way but doesn't move Leclerc out of the way. I think we're just about going to get through without having to move over. Yes, there we go. But we've got traffic coming out of the pits in front of us. Stroll and Porsche both exiting the pits now. And we are purple in the first. Ah, a little lift. But we still go purple in the middle. No, so that hurt us. That might have just put pole position beyond us. I hope it doesn't. It has, by the tiniest of margins. 44 thousandths of a second. That lift cost us at least a tenth. There is Oscar, and he's tucked up behind Max, so Oscar has a real chance of taking pole position here. And in the fight for third place, McLaren have one car in the top 10 which has a penalty. Schumacher currently 6th, Oscar here with a chance to take pole position. This could be a phenomenal weekend for AlphaTauri. Piastri finished this season's qualifying with a bang. He didn't go purple in the first. Max did not improve in the middle, but Oscar did. These are the last two. Everyone else has set their times. Maxim doesn't improve, Oscar does and goes 0.2 quicker. There we go. It is pole position for Oscar ahead of Max. We are in third, tucked up behind Oscar. Hopefully we can get a good launch and get past Max. And then it's Leclerc in fourth, Russell fifth, Schumacher sixth, Stroll in seventh. Both Ferraris are up there in the top 10. Then it's Albon, Ocon with a penalty, and Porsche looking a bit further down. There you see Isaac is down all the way in 16th place. May get bumped up a position. Depends on how big that penalty is for Ocon. Let's get ready for the Grand Prix.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Yes, Marina has played host to a fair few title-deciding races, such as 2016 when Lewis Hamilton secured the top podium spot, only for Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg to claim second and secure his maiden World Championship.
So Karun, how do you think the Alfa Romeo driver is going to be feeling going into this race?
To be honest, I think they're exceeding expectations and impressing a lot of people with their performances.
And teams will have to make tough, split-second decisions here if they're going to succeed. An exhilarating race lies ahead of us with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Okay then, so sponsor-wise, we failed to get both cars into Q3, failed to get both cars into Q2, and we failed to complete the quali streak. Not a great start to the weekend. We are going to go for a position guarantee to try and recover some of that money. We are going to go for the win with Ollie, and I'm going to try and get Isaac into 8th place or higher. That'll net us $1 million if we can pull it off. So, strategy. Let's have a look at what we can do. Trying to give myself a little bit of leeway to push those mediums where I need to in the first stint, and then we'll try and be quick everywhere else. And as for Ollie, I want to make sure we get a decent start. So we are going to go soft, medium, soft. I think. You know what? I'm going to go medium, soft, soft as well. There we go. Right. I'm going to go with just the one extra lap of fuel. There we go. For the final time this season, let's send them to the grid.
Only 58 laps stand between the drivers and the checkered flag here under the lights at the Marina circuit. You and I won't be the only ones keeping an eye on Oscar Piastri, Karoo.
They've got a fantastic opportunity starting on pole, but can they carry it through to the end?
Here we go. It's time to go racing. Anything could happen. It's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
That looks like softs in front of us. And Max got a mighty start. Gets in front of Oscar, who is on soft. Schumacher's on hards. So a very, very different set of strategy choices there for AlphaTauri. Oh, he lost out to the other Mercedes. We should get that place back. There we go, 15th place. I see Ocon is in 18th. Max and Oscar are trying to break away at the front. We'll up Ollie's pace to try and go with them. Let's keep an eye on Isaac, so we can adjust his pace where we need to. We are losing all three of our fights at the moment. Just hanging on to Max and Oscar at the front, but only just.
DRS enabled, DRS enabled.
and we've been dropped. We just do not have the pace. Now, that Mercedes is going to get a slipstream. You can see it's suddenly starting to edge ahead of us. But we'll get him in the braking zone. And that is peak confidence. And we've got nothing left with 2 seconds off the back. Russell did get in front of Leclerc. That helps. We're going to give up the DRS here, unfortunately, to George.
Just focus on yourself now.
And those front two are just gone. And once again, we are just lacking a little bit of pace here. This is not the first time we've seen that this season, where we've underperformed against the predictions. With Max and Oscar swapping places, and Oscar having those soft tyres, that is going to allow them to stretch away from us. Right, there we go. We are through on the Williams. Kevin Magnussen. Going to have to push past George. Little look there from Charles Leclerc, had to back out of it. As we go around the outside of Russell. Belishak's got us. So busy focusing on Ollie, I forgot to check in with Isaac.
Try to pick up a bit more pace. Copy.
Right, and Joe has jumped past Belishak's as well. Look at McLaren. Oh, hello. Yellow flag.
Oh, we've had a crash.
That's right behind us. Oh, that's damage to both cars there.
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
He's so angry there, that mechanic. It's Tsunoda. What did you expect? All right. We have closed the gap to the cars in front, although we can't really sustain this pace. Hopefully Russell will leapfrog us, and then we can leapfrog Russell. That will help. Schumacher is in front of Leclerc, but is that going to stay that way for long? I don't know, but we've got a 3-second lead now, which is good. We're up to 13th with Isaac. And looks like Sainz is holding people up here. Albon and Giovinazzi all swarming. Gasly at the back of that train as well. Joe lurking behind us. Trying to sneak a little bit of battery saving out of that chicane. And that might have been a mistake.
try to go faster.
Copy.
We've got away with it. We are still in range at the moment. So, as things stand, we are still going to lose the driver's title and the constructor's title and the battle for third. So there's a long way to go yet. This race could yet throw up some big surprises. Porsche has got past Leclerc now. Schumacher has closed up to the back of us. In fact, let's see if we can jump a car or two here. No. Gaps back up to 3 seconds to Russell, from Russell to Piastri. Little look at tyres.
So let's pick up the pace.
Copy.
Get away from us, Schumacher. Not close enough.
I need to overpush it.
Copy.
Right, when are we looking to stop? Lap 22. Might box a lap or two earlier than that. I think we got the DRS with Isaac there, I'm not sure. No, we didn't, which means he's going to get overtaken by Zhou. Oh no, we've managed to hold him off. Schumacher's got past us. And we have lost the train.
I think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
Mick looking very feisty. And we are going to get dropped again. Right, Mick's not getting through, so we should close the pair of them down here. Leclerc back up into 6th place in front of Porsche, holding him back for now. Trying to get Isaac back on the train there. Schumacher is through up into 3rd place. Those hard tyres of his coming good. Oscar still managing to stay with Max, but he's only got another lap or 2 in those tyres. So he's going to be boxing very soon. Don't get dropped, don't get dropped. Just don't have anything left for Ollie. Sorry, for Isaac. Going to box him early. There is Oscar into the pits. Porsche boxing as well. That is hard tyres, so that could be a soft, hard soft. That's a good stop. That's a really good stop. Pass with their typically slow stop there. Oscar pops out behind Norris, but ahead of Sonoda, who does still have that damage. Alright, Albon is threatening to be dropped here. He has been dropped. So, we need to capitalise on this. There's Sainz boxes. Another soft tyre runner shedding their tyres. Going on to mediums. He's pushing. He's pushing to try and close the gap back up, but he is struggling.
Okay, we need to push a bit more.
Copy.
Oscar now fighting with Norris. Yeah, using his battery there. And we are just losing so much time. Schumacher has caught Verstappen as Russell boxes from in front of us. Gets off his medium tyres. What's he going on to? He's going soft. It's a decent stop. Alright, this time we need to break away. Alright, back into peak confidence. Can I get onto and past Gasly before we box? There is Charles Leclerc just in front. Hopefully we can get Gasly on the next straight. Gonna box Isaac on the next lap. There we go, beautiful move. In fact, I'm going to box him this lap. Oh, he's been caught by Stroll, who now boxes. Oh, look at that. Gasly following us in. As through goes Oscar Piastri into 5th place now. We need a good stop here. We're not going to get it. 2.9. It was enough. We held position. That was vital. And it was the 6th fastest stop, although there are still quite a few cars yet to stop. 2.9 is not exactly quick. I just don't know where we're bleeding all this time. We're now 8.5 seconds behind Max and Mick. And they both box on this lap, of course they do. There goes my chance of an undercut.
Okay, we're coming now to the pit.
Copy.
Oh, Max is even out of his box before we even get into the pits. .2 stop, it's not good. Schumacher has held position over Max. And we are going to tuck out behind Giovinazzi, but in front of Stroll. That's important because he was threatening to undercut us there. Through we go. Going straight after Tsunoda. More cars into the pits. As we go around the outside of Tsunoda through turns 1 and 2. That wing damage certainly hurting his grip level through the corners. Issue in the pits for Zane Maloney.
It's the Haas making the stop. And they just really struggle. It's not a smooth one.
We're going to stay tucked up here behind Gasly for a lap or two. Rebuild Isaac's battery. We are still 8 seconds behind Max. Who sets a new fastest lap, a 1:25.3. And we beat that
Fastest lap of
with
the
a
race.
1:24.9. Don't think I got the DRS on these guys in front.
I need to overpush it.
No, I didn't. And a 1:24.6, new fastest lap for Max, who has pushed past Schumacher onto Verstappen. Leclerc has dropped down to 4th. Now 5th as Russell gets him. There we go, 2 quick overtakes. I can feel the championships slipping from our grasp. So Charles Leclerc finally boxes. Is he going for a one-stop? I hope he is. It looks like he is. Which means those tyres are going to struggle towards the end of the race. Yellow flag. Teo with a little bit of a wide.
That's... oh no, that's not quite what they would have wanted.
A little bit of lawn mowing there.
Sign of things to come.
He is in front of Behrman and Sainz, so that will help him a little bit. Will help Ollie a little bit, what I meant to say. We are just about keeping Ocon at bay. Yeah, no DRS for Ocon. We've got to close back up on that pack. Porsche and Sainz squabbling. This is good, this will slow them down. It's another yellow flag. It's a safety car. Ooh. It's a long way to go on those tyres. Gonna go for it. And there you see Albon has had a wobble in front of us. Don't think we were involved in that.
There's a yellow flag now.
So yet another disastrous weekend for Alex Albon. Yeah, that car's toast. Little firework display out the back there as it came to a stop.
And you can just feel the frustration from the team watching on the...
If he's out of contract, that might be it. Oh, is this going to be a red flag?
Safety car. Remember the delta, okay?
This is going to turn to a red flag.
Try to keep tires up, okay? Very
Crap.
important.
Damn it. We could have gained a couple of places there with Hajar. And we have to go hard, so everyone else is going to do the same.
Here we go once more. The track is ready.
I think. Oh no,
so are the drivers.
that's mediums. Mediums for Piastri.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
And Schumacher as well. Oh, Stroll on softs. He's going to be stopping again. It's a good start for the front two. Schumacher has got around the outside of Max. Can he get the toe? No. Maybe. No. But Max might get boxed in.
So this is what happened. Now this was the Alfa Romeo.
Behrman going around the
They
outside
decided to
there.
give it a go.
Beautiful stuff.
So let's try to do a Belgian cannon.
Oh man, again, just where is the pace? And now we're vulnerable. Yeah, Stroll's going to jump us on those softs. We're not going to fight that. There's no point.
Do your best.
Max has somehow held off Schumacher. Ah man, we are really up against it now. Oh God, we're in driving clean air. God damn it. And we've got a VSC already.
And there's been quite a crash. Let's take a closer look. Look at the Mercedes. There, that's the moment of impact.
Oh man. I don't think we can do it. Just for whatever reason, our car just isn't working here. DRS will be active when this VSC switches off. So there is the chance to potentially immediately try and jump a couple of cars, but this is not doing Stroll any favours.
got a yellow flag.
Oh my God, Gasly spinning under a VSC. What is going on all of a sudden? It's like a game of hold my beer. I'm going to crash and bring out a safety car, then a red flag. Well, I'm going to crash on the restart. Well, I'm going to spin on the VSC. Just waiting for one of the drivers to say, I'm going to try and jump over the car in front of me, Dukes of Hazzard style. Have a drink from the fridge while we're under these yellow flag conditions. Batteries are fully charged and good to go. We've got way too much fuel on board now.
Okay, VSG is ending. VSG is ending.
Copy.
How has Hajar dropped so far behind?
I'm trying to go faster.
Copy.
Well, at least we're ahead of Leclerc. That's something. But, yeah, not ideal. Or was that because Gasly was in front of us when he spun? That might be the reason why there's that gap. Alright, we'll retake that position.
So let's pick up the pace.
Copy.
I need to overpush it.
Yeah, copy.
Again on Stroll. Jar's past Norris. We've broken away from Leclerc. Can we get onto Ocon and co?
think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
Front three are breaking away again. Go on, up the inside, up the inside. There we go. Up into 6th place. Just struggling to make any real progress with Isaac though. Take a look at tyre wear. Max is looking strong still. Trying to do as much saving as I can where I can, because I know I'm going to need that performance later. But it's just so tricky trying to stay with these guys. For whatever reason, our car just is not working well here. Just managed to stay in the DRS there. See if I can jump one of them. No, but I can at least close that gap. There we go, we've got back past Norris. Push on, try and get back onto the train that Behrman is in.
try to pick up.
Coming under pressure from Sainz and Stroll. Stroll's still out there on those softs. How are they looking? 59%. The AlphaTauri's tyres already starting to look a little iffy in the low 60s. They are definitely going to have to stop again. I just can't quite get onto that pack in front. Get just outside the DRS range and then lose all that progress again as soon as we hit the straights. It's so frustrating. I have to let Norris get back through again, I think. We are just losing time to the front runners. Look at that gap, 5 seconds now almost. And it's a VSC, and that is a problem for Hajar. Is he out? Yeah, he's out. And that has quite possibly cost us any chance of the Constructors' title. Do I risk it? I'm gonna drop to the back of the grid, but I've just got no pace on these tyres. Stroll, Schumacher, Piastri, they all need to stop again. Nobody else does. I don't think I can risk it. It's more fuel as well, which I really don't need. How did he crash?
Now there's been an incident involving the Alfa Romeo. Now this was on the straight.
I just dropped it on the exit of the corner. It wasn't even pushing. That's the annoying thing.
And they'll have to pick themselves up after that.
Looks like we're not going to go out with a bang, more of a whimper.
You're following the Delta, okay?
Copy.
Let's see what the AlphaTauris do. They're staying out. Just keep an eye on Stroll. Surely he's not going to try and go to the end. That's a puncture if he is, surely. AlphaTauri's might try and go to the end. I don't know if chat has stopped working or not. I haven't seen any comments for quite a while. Ah, yeah, there we go. There's a whole load of comments that I haven't seen. It's suddenly refreshed. Wow, I've missed a lot here. Evening, Mike. Evening, Cloud. Evening, Clark. Army, good to see you as well. Harvey. Wow, there's so much in the chat. Let's try and catch up.
Copy.
We are ready and able.
Right, let's get a good restart here.
Try to get you. Get you.
AlphaTauri have good track position right now, but they are not going to have the grip to hold off Max if he gets back in range with Schumacher. Come on, get past Porsche, get past Porsche. All right, that is us up another place, and confidence again. And we set the fastest lap at 1:24.6, despite not really pushing it at the end there. Is this the finale? Yes, it is. We will be changing teams at the end of the season. Porsche and Dragovic deserve a seat in F1 ahead of Behrman. Both are F2 champions. I'm surprised Porsche hasn't had an opportunity yet. He is racing in IndyCar this season. I'm not surprised about Dragovic. And I'm not surprised about Ollie. You know, Ollie's in the young driver program for Ferrari, so he was always more likely to get a shout ahead of other drivers. But I do feel Porsche should have had a chance by now. It's a good stop for Stroll, getting off those softs, putting on more. He's going to be quick, but he's going to have a lot of cars to fight through. Schumacher is pulling away from Max. There we go. Making the move on Russell. 6 seconds off that battle for second right now. Where do we think Sainz will go? Well, the longer he leaves it, you know, the less options he's going to have. If he doesn't go to Audi, then maybe Mercedes, but that depends on whether or not they try to get Kimi Antonelli in their car. If Antonelli goes to Williams to replace Sargent, then Sainz will be their number one target, I think. I think Merck will shock everyone and bring in Ocon. He's not part of their program. He was as a young driver, but hasn't been for a long time. But there is definitely that, you know, former relationship that might go in his favour. Whoever goes to Merck will be number 2 to George. I don't know. George hasn't stepped up quite so much as people thought he would. So maybe not. 125.0. Is that a new fastest lap? No. 124.6 is the fastest lap. Let's calm these tyres down now. Given up a lot of grip there. You can see Schumacher and Piastri are going to box. Right, we need those two to hold up Verstappen and give us a chance to try and close that gap. Right, either of them pitting? No, they're both staying out. Are they going to go for the end? Are they going to try and go to the end? If they are and they're squabbling like this, they're going to slow Max down. Look at that, we're now 3.5 seconds behind. They're bringing us back into the fight here. And my battery on my controller is dying. I need to change it. The other pad. There we go. This is perfect. This is perfect. The title fight is still on. It's going to end up being a disaster for AlphaTauri. If they're not careful, they could lose out to McLaren in the constructors. Look at this. They are not lapping quick when they're side by side like this. And Oscar's in. This is going to be for soft tyres, so they are going to have to box. They are going to box Schumacher on the next lap, I think. Got to give it everything. Russell has caught me up. There goes Max. Schumacher will not have the grip to stay with Max through the through another lap, I don't think. Pushing as hard as they can. I'm hoping Schumacher stays out another lap because that will get me into DRS range. I'm so close. I'm so close. Please don't box. Please don't box. He stayed out. Excellent.
So let's pick up the pace.
All right, 2 seconds. Can we find 2 seconds without completely destroying the tyres? Max is going to pick his pace up. If Max goes to Merc, it would be the biggest shock move in F1 history. No, I don't think it would. Is pulling away. I have to get close to him before he gets too far out of range. But I haven't got the battery to sustain the push I need, I don't think. And I am going to absolutely melt my tyres. Where is Leclerc? Leclerc is in 17th place. How is he down in 17th? Has he just boxed for new tyre? No. He's just down in 17th. So if we can get in front of Max, we will win both drivers and constructors titles. Come on, Ollie. I know you've got no battery left. Please just try and stay with him. You need to calm your tyres down, but I need you to stay close enough to get the DRS.
I need to overpush it.
Please stay close enough. Please stay close enough.
Try to get him. Get him.
Whew. All right, we have a chance. We have a chance. First things first, let's get these tyre temps under control. Right, temps are coming down. Now it's time to work on the battery.
I'm trying to go faster.
Schumacher has stayed out. He's in 8th place. Norris and Ocon are now 7th and 10th. This is a disaster for AlphaTauri. They are not going to be able to overhaul McLaren. They are going to finish 4th in the constructors' standings.
I think we need to start getting.
But I really don't care about that right now. This is everything.
Okay, we need to push a bit more.
Evening refill.
try to pick up a bit more pace.
Trying to just trickle some battery into the car so I can have a lunge and have enough to defend. I lost the DRS, but I'm hoping I can keep close enough. Max is pushing. I'm going to have to burn the battery. So low on tyres. Four laps to go. I'm kind of ignoring chat right now because I'm so focused on this. I'm having to micromanage the shit out of Behrman here. Yellow flag. No, don't be a Giovinazzi,
Yep, it's a
Latifi.
Haas that's affected there.
Oh, now that might. Oh no, it was Schumacher who was there, wasn't it? So that if that's damaged Ocon, maybe it was Norris. Yeah, Schumacher's not even in the pit. He's boxed. He's not even in the picture. Three laps to go. And we do this. Can we do this?
Temperatures are fine.
Yeah, copy.
Porsche is closing.
Two more laps.
I couldn't quite get him. This is so tight. Come on. Come on, Behrman. All right, here we go. Final lap. Both titles are going to be decided on this lap. Drivers and constructors. We're into the lead. I think we've done enough. I think we've done enough. Just need you to hold it together for a few more corners, please, Ollie. Just a few more corners. Come on, son. Come on. Yes! Oh, my word, what a fight back. Oh, that is the most dramatic title fight I've ever had on this game.
There it is, that's the win for Alfa Romeo.
Whew.
Without doubt, a stellar performance. Something that'll be seen as a real highlight this season.
Oh, my word, I cannot believe we managed to pull that off. And if the maths is correct, we should have won both titles with that move. Schumacher gets the fastest lap. We're going to lose so much money with the sponsors, but I really couldn't give two shits about that. Oh, man. Whew. I feel the adrenaline leaving me here.
Wasn't that a fantastic drive from the Alfa Romeo driver?
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy absolutely spot on.
It's hugs all round for the team. In fact, they all deserve a pat on the back as well for everything that they've achieved. So then, Karun, in terms of the Alfa Romeo team, how will they be feeling after that?
They'll be absolutely delighted to have picked up the win here. What a great outcome that is for the team.
And that then concludes our time here in Abu Dhabi.
And that's it for this season of Formula One. The teams will be working hard at the break, gearing up for another year of thrilling F1 action.
So, confirmation of the final result. Ollie wins the race, and with those 7 points should win the Drivers' World Championship because he finished ahead of Max. Porsche up 6 places in the end to take third and get a podium. Huge points for Haas there. Russell gets 4th place, Sainz in 5th, Ocon up 12 places, and Norris up 10. What a fight back for McLaren, who were dead and buried at one point. Giovinazzi up into 7th place, Oscar down to 8th. Stroll in 10th, but does score points. Bottom half of the standings, Gasly 11th, Maloney up 8 places. So both Haas drivers had a decent race there in terms of position gains. 13th place, Zhou. 14th, Magnussen. 15th, Tsunoda. Leclerc down in 16th place. Schumacher, fastest lap, but down in 17th place. It just fell apart a little bit there. Can't understand why they didn't put on hard tyres. Well, I can understand why Schumacher didn't, because he didn't have hard tyres, but Oscar did. Why didn't he put on hards? It's bizarre. No finish for Isaac or Belajac or Albon. Let's take a look at the drivers' standings. There it is, confirmation. Ollie Behrman is world champion with 7 wins, 3 sprint wins, 14 podiums, 9 pole positions, 9 fastest laps, 3 DNFs, and 5 points ahead of Max, who is now runner-up again. That's 2 seasons in a row where he has not been able to win the title. Obviously, Oscar got that last year. Isaac does manage to stay a point ahead of Charles Leclerc. So we actually won that fight as well. I completely forgot we were actually a point ahead by a point. I thought we were behind by a point. Oh, man. Norris in 5th. Sees off the challenge from Oscar. Mick in 7th. Ocon moves above Zhou into 8th place. Gasly holds on to 10th. Bottom standings, Russell stays 11th. Sainz and Pourchaire both move above Maloney. Very tight there, look, just 3 points separating the 3 of them. Tsunoda in 15th. Giovinazzi climbs 3 places to get above Stroll and Magnussen and Belajac in the end. And it's last place for Alex Albon, who had yet another shocking race weekend. Let's see, have we won the Constructors as well? Yes, we have by 6 points. Oh man, 9 wins. It was 11 wins for Red Bull. They were the more consistent team in terms of race wins, but we got it done where it mattered, at the top end of the grid, getting the big points. McLaren do hold on to 3rd place ahead of AlphaTauri. Haas move above Mercedes, which I did not see coming. They will take 5th place. Mercedes down to 6th. Ferrari do just by a point jump ahead of Aston Martin, so they do finish in 7th in the end. Alpine, 10 points for them, but it wasn't enough to overhaul Aston Martin. They will finish in 9th place. Williams with some points, but a distant 10th. Let's take a look at the pit stop competition. It is a 1-2 for AlphaTauri, Red Bull 3 and 5. Ferrari getting some points with Lance Stroll in 4th. Mercedes getting both of their cars in the points, 6th and 9th. McLaren 7th and 8th. Alpine pick up the final point. Fastest stop was a 2.4 second stop. We were half a second off that. Let's see what the final standings look like. It is a win for Red Bull. They have only won that competition once so far. That is only their 2nd win. They see AlphaTauri in 2nd place. They've won the title 4 times. And they finish runner-up for the 2nd time. Ferrari will finish in 3rd, McLaren 4th, Mercedes 5th, Alpine in 6th, and then it's Aston, Williams, Alfa Romeo in 9th, which was my optimistic target for the season, and Haas in 10th. There are our stops. A 2.95 second stop for Hajar, our quickest of the day. We were almost 6 tenths off in the end. The 10th place time there. Take a look at our driver report cards. 10 successful overtakes, only 1 failed for Isaac. Very good going forward. 7 and 6 in defence, pretty good, but just dropped it there and brought out a VSC. Did make me feel as though our race was done and dusted at that point. Ollie, though, what a race he had. Let's see his numbers: 13 and 12, 5 and 4 in defence, but he got the overtake that mattered right at the very end there. Final lap, taking the lead, winning both titles for us. What a drive. What a drive. Sponsors. Yes, we have lost a lot of money. We've lost a huge amount of money. We got the finish position incentive. We got the quali incentive. However, we did not get the position gain or the fastest lap or both cars into Q2 or Q3, and we did not complete the quali streak. So we come out with a paltry 1.4 million. We lost $1 million on our sponsor on the sponsor base right there. But I don't care. I really don't care. What a finish to the season. What a way to wrap up our time at AlphaTauri. There we see the reports. Ollie Bearman victorious. Takes the Drivers' Championship. Alfa Romeo Constructors Champions. That is glorious. Absolutely glorious. Who won the F2 Championship? It was Carmen Jimenez. We might have to make her our reserve driver. Cars are failed, parts everywhere. It doesn't really matter at this point. Look at this. Everything that's missing on this car. Let's just put some parts on just so it doesn't look a complete wreck. There we go. Yeah, kind of a little lost for words, really. That was such an intense fight at the end. I honestly thought that those titles were gone about halfway through that race. We just didn't seem to have enough pace. Genuinely felt them getting further and further out of reach, and then the AlphaTauri tyre, having fallen away so dramatically towards the end there, really gave us an opportunity to get onto Max. And once we got onto him, we were just about able to hang on to him. But I had to micromanage the shit out of Ollie Bearman's car just to keep him close enough to actually have that attempt. Right. Now we've got to decide what we're going to do to finish the year off. Let's take a look at, well, let's not bother looking at facilities. We don't have any real money to do anything there. We do have a little bit of money. Let's check in with the board first of all. They're still disappointed with finances. Don't care. Don't care. Delighted. That's the important thing. Our season objective was to finish in 9th or above. We won the Constructors' Championship. Our long-term objective, which was a 4-season objective we did in year 1, was to score points in 12 races. We scored points in 21 of 23 races. That is phenomenal. I am over the moon. We do have some research that we can get done. We've got no hours left, but we have got time left. We're going to try and get another underfloor project in. I don't have enough engineers. Can I take engineers from elsewhere? It's 10 days away. Take 2 engineers off that one. Let's take them off the rear wing project. That'll be the last wing project there. I've got 1 engineer coming tomorrow. Let's try this again. There, perfect. Right. Yeah, no, we'll leave that alone. Let's move on another day. Once again, we're getting a congratulatory email from Christian Horner. He had to send us an email last season. He's had to send me an email on a different team this season. We are his nemesis, and I love it. cost cap limits. We do have just enough for one more project without breaching the cost cap, I think. Oh, stop. There we go. Research new parts. Let's get that suspension underway. Yeah, no hours left. Three engineers. There we go. 8 days to go. We might be able to squeeze in another project here. Possibly. That will probably breach the cost cap slightly, but it'll be worth it. That is an extra point in performance for Martin Werner overall. It's up to an 83 now. And that is the end of the month. So, taking a look at staffing. Everyone is secure in the staff. Yes, Martin is secure, or Matthew is secure as well. Driver changes. Drivers are both locked up for a long time, as you can see. Dino Beganovic is leaving the team. Jack Crawford is joining as the reserve. Upcoming board review. Board confidence check-in. Drivers update. How did they improve themselves in November? A point in braking. 2 points in braking for Isaac. And a point in overtaking, finally, for Raleigh, and a point in reactions as well. Let's do our pit crew training. Yeah, those numbers are really low, aren't they? But they are a slow pit stop team. I do think that we want to try and give them the ability to churn out some quicker stops going forward. I want to leave them with a decent crew if we can. Go, and we'll get them working on Christmas Eve because we'll give them Christmas Day off. Back to work on Boxing Day. We'll get them focusing on stat boosting the rest of the year. There we go. So that's the training schedule we're going to program in for them. They will improve their chances of mistakes a little bit. They'll gain some points, which will just about cover off what they're going to lose over the winter. I think we will improve their chances of a pit stop time 2.819-ish. There we go. Training is in. Right. How long do I have left? 2 days until front wing is done. And I squeeze in another project. I don't think I'm going to have enough engineers available. Before we do that, let me see if I can leech an engineer or two from one of these ones. No, not that one. Maybe the suspension. Yes, there we go. I can't do it. Alright, so we'll have to do a different part. That's a shame. Alright, let's see. Chassis or side pods? Go chassis. That breaches the cost cap. Don't have enough money in the cost cap left. Alright, well that's it then. No more parts. Because that was the cheapest. So, in that case, yeah, that's it for research and development this season. Are my scouts still busy? Where are my scouts? What are they up to? Oh, damn it. Thought I was scouting them. Alright, I just want to get an idea of their stats. So Donna, Embry. I thought I'd started scouting these guys. I really did. And let's take a look at, because I scouted Gabriele Mini as well, didn't I? And let's take a look at Carmen Jimenez, who's just won the F2 title. We'll just get an idea of their performance. We're not going to get contract details, but we don't have time to get contract details. They are potentially the 3 drivers that we will be using next season. Potentially. Let's go to facilities. Just short. Car park test centre is going to need a refurb, which will probably cost at 3.5 mil. Design centre upgrade is done in time for the start of the new season. "21 years old, 67 overall." No, I don't think so. Which team are we moving to? Well, that is entirely dependent on what happens to our managerial rating at the end of the season and the requirements of the teams. I'd like to go to Ferrari, but I don't know if we're going to be able to or not. All right, let's have a look. So, look at the reactions. Oof, 92. Cornering and braking definitely need a lot of work. Good accuracy, good control. Smoothness is not great. Adaptability is pretty rough. Good in the overtakes and defense. All right, Donna Tanner. We nearly signed Donna a couple of years back, remember. 80, 87 and 70. They're not great stats. Accuracy 83, that's pretty good. Control 93 is excellent. Smoothness is decent. Adaptability is not great. Look at the overtaking and defending though. Whoa. that is nice to see. Some big numbers there. And now Embry Plum. 72, 81, 70. Pretty balanced. Look at this. Accuracy and control. 93, 96. Yeah. Definitely want to try and sign Embry. Oh, I've got time. I've got time to get some more scouting done. Are there any female race engineers? No. Oh my God, there's someone called Joffrey. Oh, there we go. There's one, but oh, look at her rating. She's terrible. All right. What about sporting directors? Any female sporting directors? Ermgard. Not a great rating. Take a look. We'll probably not sign. All right, so Ermgard, let's have a look. Oh, yeah, terrible stats. Okay, so she is definitely not getting signed. What about Diana? Terrible chassis, amazing front wing, strong on the rear and side pods, terrible on the underfloor, average on the suspension. Only 37 years old though, could improve quite quickly. Gladys. 60, 77, 70, 67, 71. Those are all low stats. 91 in drag reduction. Good in airflow management and sensitivity, but everything else is a bit of a mess. But again, young, could improve at a reasonably quick rate. I'm not gonna spend 320 grand to move it forward 4 days. That's just ridiculous. Get that refurb in for them. Can't afford that now. All right, here we go. End of season review. So we finished 9th overall in the pit stop competition. That will get us an extra $1.9 million. Underfloor research is done. Suspension is done. Third place in the Drivers' Championship for Isaac. First place for Ollie Behrman. First place in the Constructors' Championship for Alfa Romeo. Team rating goes up a full star. My team principal rating goes up by 200 points. Is that going to be enough to sign for Ferrari? Team rating has stayed the same at 415. Scored 0 points for the drivers. Didn't score any points in the constructors. That's a bit off. Team rating should have gone up a little bit. Another 1.5 mil from the board. Now I might just, I think I'll just be short. Just short. 6.5 mil. So we're not going to spend any more money. That is it. So I am curious as to the effects of the research that we've done. Just checking there's nothing going through. So we need to save. And now we need to load. And this will now show us the effects of all the research that we've done. Let's have a look at how we are going to leave them going forward into 2029. Slight improvements in the chassis department. Front wing, we've mitigated some of the losses as best we can. They'll get some gains there. Didn't have time to get another front wing project done. Rear wing, again, mitigated some of those changes as best we can. Side pods, slight improvement. Underfloor. Underfloor's not looking great. They are definitely going to take a step backwards. But how much of a step backwards is the rest of the grid going to take? That is the question. Suspension does also lack a fair bit of performance against the reg changes. But we could only do so much with what we had facility-wise compared to where we were with AlphaTauri, for example. Right. Time to move on. Switch team. Ferrari want more than we've got, so we can't go to Ferrari. However, Aston Martin is available. Alpine is available. Oh, Alpine have got sites still, and somebody else. Aston have signed a rookie. So Albon's gone. Williams has still got Magnussen. Albon's gone back to Williams. So that could be Giovinazzi. That could be Giovinazzi. Mercedes still have Joe. In fact, we can check here. Oh, they've got Tsunoda. Oh, that's an interesting lineup. Joe and Tsunoda. Oscar Piastri has gone to Ferrari. Aston have got Belajax and Gasly. It's Sainz and Giovinazzi. Williams, Magnussen and Albon. Max and Charles still at Red Bull. Lando and Ocon still at McLaren. Lance Stroll has moved to AlphaTauri. Embry Plum, who was the reserve driver for AlphaTauri, has moved to McLaren. Gabriele Mini has moved to AlphaTauri. Haas sticking with Maloney and Porsche. So, we can't go to Ferrari. So, I'm going to throw it up to a vote, which I'll put up on the community tab. You'll have the weekend to decide. Do we go to Aston Martin, or do we go to Alpine? Those are your two choices. Aston Martin look to have a pretty good car. Good headquarters. Alpine a bit more of a struggle, but don't forget we are going to be hiring women drivers to replace the current lineup, assuming that we have the funds. Assuming that we have the funds. We don't know how much money either's going to have. I would say that is probably going to be the easiest for us to rework, because Gasly will be partway through his contract. Belichick shouldn't be that expensive to replace. However, Giovinazzi might be a bit more expensive, and Sainz will definitely be expensive to replace. The other option is actually to go to Williams. All right, let's change it. Do we go Williams? Do we go Aston? Don't really want. Well, we could go Haas and just get rid of Maloney and Porsche, but that would be a bit cruel to get them off the grid, because they don't really deserve that. I mean, we could go back to McLaren, but that's going to be Mercedes. That's going to be expensive to get rid of Tsunoda and Zhou. Their headquarters are 7th on the grid. Okay. Screw it. I'll throw it up to a 14 vote. I'll throw it up for a 14 vote on the channel. Haas, Williams, Alpine, or Aston. I'll let you guys pick which one you want. Let me just take a couple of quick screenshots. Go. So that is it then for the end of this season, the end of tonight's race, the end of the week. I will be back on Monday, and we will start at a slightly earlier time of 7:30 p.m. so that we can get pre-season out of the way and make the changes that we need to. I will throw up a poll over the weekend for you to decide which of those 4 teams will go to, and based on those results Monday evening, that will determine who we go to, and we will make that decision at the start of the live stream. So you will have a good 2.5-3 days to cast your vote. Do keep an eye on the community tab for that. In the meantime, enjoy the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix at Imola this weekend. Thanks for sticking with me throughout all 6 seasons so far of Hardcore Mode. I hope you come back for Season 7 on Monday. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.